welcome back to our channel. This is Alethea and today we're filming her 3-month baby update. We missed the 1 month and the 2 month, although we did do a check-in at 6 weeks. So we're a little bit behind and we're sorry about that. A couple of reasons why the videos have not been up as regularly recently. Some camera issues, and I can't really justify buying a new camera right now with a new baby, and just general motherhood is busy. I thought it was busy with 1 child. With 2 it is super busy. If you are a mum, give me a thumbs up below, you know what I mean. My elder child is now in nursery and I thought that would give me so much more time, but between timing the nursery drop-offs and pickups, it really isn't long enough, like 3 hours in nursery, so there we go. But anyway, that aside, today we are filming Alethea's 3-month update because she is, how old are you? She is 15 weeks, so she's about 3.5 months now, and so much has changed over the past month or so. My friend just had a baby about 4 weeks after me, and it's amazing just in that 4 weeks like how much she's going to notice things change. When babies are young, they progress so quickly and they develop so quickly, and this is one of the things that we'll come on to in a wee minute with this. But if you don't follow my channel, this is my baby girl Alethea. She was born on the 18th of June, and I can't believe she's about 3.5 months old already. That time has just absolutely flown past. And if you're a mum, you will know that that's just the way it is. Things happen so quickly. Before we know it, she's going to be 6 months and starting to eat solid foods. I can't believe how quickly time is going, and then I'll be going back to work. Oh, let's not even go there. At 3 months, Alethea completely changed, I think, from more of a baby who doesn't really notice anything what's going on. You know, they can see a little bit in front of them, maybe they'll even smile, but they're not really engaging, to more of a little girl who actually is really interested in what's going on. She started sleeping through the night just before she turned 8 weeks, which I know is amazing. I know lots of mums out there will be like, oh, you're so lucky, and I know I'm lucky, I know that. My first baby girl, Elena, slept through the night at 6 weeks. So we have a really good sleepers in our family. We're so blessed because mummy likes her sleep too. So this little one sleeps through the night. She's been sleeping through the night for about 7 weeks now. I can't even barely remember what it was like to get up and do a night feed. It's fantastic. Having said that, obviously she's sleeping a lot longer at night. She usually goes down between 8:30 and 9 and she wakes up about 7 AM. She's quite a bit of an alarm clock. Either sometime between 6:45 and 7:15 every morning. Sometimes I'll look at my phone and it's exactly 7:00, exactly 7 o'clock. So she has like a little internal alarm. She wakes up about that time. I will feed her on me, I breastfeed her. I'm combination feeding. If you don't follow my channel, I combination feed. It was quite quickly apparent that I wasn't making enough breast milk to meet her needs when she was younger, so we're combination feeding, but it's great in the morning. It means I don't have to wake up the whole house, I don't have to go out of bed and go and get a bottle and everything. I can just feed her. On me, I usually do the lie down position on the bed and then she goes back to sleep, usually till about 9:30, and that's when we get up. So from that time, about 9:30 till she goes down about 8:30 at night, she is awake the vast majority of the time. She has 2 naps a day. She has a morning nap and an afternoon nap. Her morning nap tends to be about 45 minutes to an hour, maybe a little bit longer depending on how, and depending on if she's having a growth spurt or something, and then her afternoon nap tends to be longer, between 1.5 hours and 2 hours. But apart from that, she is awake during the day, and she is not just awake, she is ready to play and interact. She wants to have something to do, someone to talk to her. She loves her playmat, but only for a certain amount of time. She will get bored after about 20 minutes, 25 minutes of just playing on her playmat by herself, which means I don't have a lot of time to get things done in the day, but you know, at least I'm well rested. I might not have time for a shower, but I've had a good sleep. So she'll play on her playmat alone for around 20 minutes or so, but then she's constantly looking for interaction. And to be honest, that's not an issue because I have a toddler who is wanting to desperate for her to play with her. So Elena likes to play with you, doesn't she? Elena's your favourite person, isn't she? Her big sister is definitely the favourite. I call Elena the official cry stopper because this one doesn't cry very often. She kind of moans when she's fed up. She'll have a wee moan, and Elena is very good at sorting that out. So yeah, sister's your favourite, isn't she? Yeah. So she loves to interact, she's smiling, she's cooing, she is a vocal baby. She will talk non-stop, even in the morning when she wakes up. Like, she barely ever cries. I can't remember the last time she cried when she woke up. It was probably during night feeds. She wakes us up in the morning, talking, giggling, just cooing. She's smiling, big smiles as soon as I look into the cot. We use one of those co-sleepers that attaches to the bed, but it's a separate cot. She is in her own cot. I'll insert an image of it here. But she is attached to the bed, so I can just pop my head over, big smiles. Yeah, you're a very vocal baby, aren't you? You like to talk. Yeah, we like to talk in this family. It's good to talk. Other things I've noticed this past month, teething. She is teething. At first I thought it was quite early. My mother-in-law said no, she can't be teething this early, and I thought, well, you know, she's showing the signs, she's drooling, she's gnawing on that hand, she's pulling at her ears, she's got rosy cheeks, she's generally making kind of moany noises that she's not quite happy, something's not quite right, and she's trying to put everything in her mouth, which babies do anyway, but it's another teething sign. And a couple of days ago, when she put my finger into her mouth again to gnaw on it, I felt something jaggy. So a tooth is on its way, and I always think that the first one's the worst, so I'm hoping that once that tooth pops, things should get a bit better. But this is why we have this teether. She's still not sure about these things though, she just prefers to gnaw on a finger. Preferably mummy's finger, isn't it? We're using those teething granules, by the way. Those things are amazing. I used them with my first daughter, and when she got old enough to, she would come and bring them to me or ask for them. So they definitely work. They do wonders, don't they? They do wonders, yeah. Other things I've noticed is she is very intent on staring at you whilst you're eating. It's quite off-putting, actually. She isn't in a high chair yet, but we usually put her in our bouncer beside us when we're eating, or sits on somebody's knee whilst we're eating our dinner, and she watches every mouthful go into your mouth with a very concentrating expression on her face. She sits and frowns at you, and then she's taken to now concentrating really, really hard on trying to get her hand to hit the fork. I had a bowl of salad the other day, and she kept kind of trying to catch it, but I didn't really think she was old enough to do that. And suddenly she grabbed the bowl and it nearly went flying off the table. So she is desperate to see what's in those bowls. She is desperate to see what we're putting in our mouths. Aren't you? She's got a little while to wait. We are waiting to the 6-month point to wean. I did wean my elder daughter at 5.5 months because I went back to work before she turned 6 months. And I wanted to make sure I'd started that process before the grandmothers took over. However, this time around I've got a bit longer off work, so I'm planning to wait to the 6-month mark, which means that by Christmas she'll be on a little bit of solids. You can try a little Christmas dinner. That'll be nice, wouldn't it? So we're getting to the stage where she's grabbing things. She is starting to get control of her hands. She is very good at grabbing mummy's hair and giving it a really big tug. She is good at actually sort of managing to focus on something and grabbing it now. So on her playmat, the things dangling down, she can grab them, she can look at them, get her hand in the right place and grab them and pull them, which is quite amazing. So she hasn't quite got to the stage where she can pick things off the floor, but I'm having to be a bit more careful about what Elena leaves lying around, like her little toys, because she's obsessed with little toys, little dolls, Sylvanian families, LOL dolls, you name it. She likes them, so I have to be much more careful with that. Another thing that she absolutely loves is bath time, and she's now started to realise that she can splash and kick her legs, which she loves, and I usually end up soaking by the end of bath time, as is the wall. We are going to do a video on bath time, baby bath time hints and tips, so if you're interested in how to make bath time experience much better for your child and yourself, then keep tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe below. But she loves bath time, don't you? You love bath time. which is great because I do remember Elena hated it when she was quite young. Although she obviously loves it now, but I do remember when she was a baby she hated bath time. So, oh, the hand's going in the mouth again. Do you want this? In terms of like her focusing on things, she honestly sees everything. And if she hears a voice from like across the room, she will flip her head the whole way round to see it. Quite often I take her to baby sensory classes. She's supposed to be looking at me while I do sign language and sing to her and stuff, but she's too busy looking around the room at the other babies, the other mums, smiling at them and cooing to them, and yeah, trying to just basically grab them. She tried to put a baby's elbow in her mouth the other day because they're teething. So yeah, she's so interested in what's going on around her. She's also getting pretty good at standing up if you hold her, so like this. Her legs are pretty strong and she's trying to sit up, so if you lay her down and something's going on that she can't see, you'll see her trying to lift her shoulders and her neck off the floor. We are trying to do tummy time. She's not a huge fan of tummy time, but I don't think many babies... Oh, oh dear. Oh, that's a pesky cough, isn't it? Oh, oh dear. I don't think many babies are huge fans of tummy time in general. She doesn't love it, but she puts up with it, and I think it definitely does make a difference. She's pretty good head control, as you can see. She can't sit up by herself yet, but that's probably going to be a few months till that can happen. But yeah, she's doing well, aren't you? Yeah, you're doing so well. You're so clever. So I think that's everything that I wanted to update you on this month. I will try and be better at keeping in monthly updates going forward now that I'm in a better routine now. But if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you in the next video. Say bye-bye, Olivia. Oh dear. Say bye-bye. Bye.